welcome back to another Pideo on the PyWhite YouTube channel. Today, I'm actually starting a new series. I know I can barely keep up with the Intellectual Tuesdays. You know, how am I supposed to start a new series? Well, this one's supposed to alleviate some of the Intellectual Tuesday pressure. So things that are like almost like enough stuff for like Intellectual Tuesdays, but maybe not quite. Are essentially what I'm going to be uploading in this series. I don't know how frequent it's going to be frequent enough, I guess. But essentially, this should be a way where I could take like y'all's interesting topics and whatnot, and then play them to a game of y'all's choice. So you choose a topic, you choose the game. I think the default game will be Minecraft, just because I find it easiest to like record and whatnot in Minecraft. For the most part, you can see my cursor right now. I can't see my cursor, so that's great. But yeah, I figured it'd be a good way just to get more content out because I do appreciate that. And then it's up to y'all to decide what we talk about. And this is a viewer suggestion. So the PyWhite comment section is notoriously wild. You know, it's crazy down there. Get in there. Go go suggest some topics that or text me or email me or fax me or whatever. But yeah. So without further ado, let's get into today's topic. I've already done it today, haha. And that is a portmanteau. You might be asking yourself, what is a portmanteau? And that is a good question because that word is not common and I'm pretty sure it's French. So essentially, what a portmanteau is when you mash two words together. That's like the skinny. So mashing words, that's cool. I did that for the title of this video. I called it a Pideo, the portmanteau video. Uh-oh. My teammates. All right. So, but I've done it before too, like with Wark. Wark is short for whale shark. So, on the YouTube channel, link up in one of the corners. So I've done it before. I'll do it again. I've done it again with Pideo. I just can't keep getting away with it, really. But you've heard them before in your life, and you might not even know it. And the two examples I'll give are Donbass. That's the Donetsk basin. You've probably heard about that in the news. And then Channel. That's channel tunnels, what that means. That's the tunnel that connects England and France. Those are like officially recognized portmanteaus that we use like in government or in the news like all the time. And you might not have known. You might not have known. So that's cool. I like them. I think they're funny, and my friend who suggested the topic to me also thinks they're funny. He wanted me to talk about like just portmanteaus in general, and then the science behind them. And I will talk about the science behind them, but I actually think, and this isn't a cop out, but I really do think that portmanteaus are more of an art than a science. So I'll get to that as well. So to talk about the science, my simple answer for the science question. I'm not a scientist, so take this with however many grains of salt you need for it to go down. But essentially, I think that like portmanteaus subvert expectations, and that makes them funny. Like it's not what you expected. Like the word might sound funny in and of itself, so that's like what makes it funny. Like Pideo is kind of like it sounds funny. Wark sounds funny. Chunnel's like a little cheeky. Don Bass is one that I think actually like breaks that mold because I don't think Don Bass sounds like funny or anything. It sounds like a name. Like who is Don Bass? You know. But yeah, so I think that they subvert your expectations though when they are funny. Oh wait, no. So I think they subvert your expectations when they are funny. Like it's not what you expected, and you have a good laugh, right? You have a good laugh at that. And that's kind of my sciencey answer. Lots of comedy is based off of subverting expectations, anyways. So I think it makes sense. Like I don't think that's far like of like a leap or a stretch or anything to say like yeah, it's probably because they subvert expectations. Also, not a scientist. I'm like an armchair linguist at best. So do with that what you will. Getting into the more like my philosophy side of things, I actually need to like give a little bit of backstory. So I've been learning languages for the past essentially 11 years, And I think that that has really led me to like broaden my horizons linguistically. And I think that that definitely had a part, or like played a part in me thinking, or at least even like, I guess, naturally coming up with the idea of portmanteaus, because I hadn't heard of them until somebody told me that like what I was doing had a name. Because I make portmanteaus like all the time, just in like my normal everyday life. Um, so yeah, I do them. I do them quite often. And I didn't know it was a thing, so it like kind of like naturally happened for me, which is cool. I think. I'm not unique, I guess, but I do think they're cool. So, and I think that comes from like me having that base in languages already. Um, I think one of the areas that really forced me to grow is like grammar. So, grammar in a language like Chinese that I learned is very different than grammar in a language like English or Russian or German or whatnot. So, I think that that definitely had some bearing on me just in general, like with taking like linguistic like leaps and whatnot. So, I think that definitely played a part. And another like part of my philosophy just in life is like why follow constructs if you don't have to, right? Like there's something like you should. I'm a bit of a rule follower sometimes. Oh no, bruh. Like I could be a bit of a rule follower sometimes. Like it happens. Like I'm not saying that rules are like bad, right? But like sometimes you just don't have to follow them, and I think that applies to linguistics because like language evolves every day, right? Like words like yeet, for example, like did not exist 20 years ago, but they're here now, right? So you might as well take advantage of them. And I think like portmanteaus, like they've been around for a while, but to me they almost fall into like a similar category of like you know they're I personally I use them more and more now, and I don't really know if people using them a whole bunch in the past. So maybe they're another little new thing, but I find them fun, and that's all that matters, right? So that's why I use them because I have fun with them, and no one can take away my joy. I'm not going to let that happen, and that's just about it with my philosophy. Like just I know I've marched to the beat of my own drum for a long time now, and I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna keep having fun doing it. Oh, what? Okay, and we're out, and I'm gone, just like that. I'm out. That guy's chasing me. I'm being chased. Okay, I was being chased. I might still be being chased. But yeah, so I just marched to beat my own drum, and like that's something that my my family has sometimes grudgingly let me know throughout my life. You know, like if they're ever like not happy with me, they'll remind me. Well, you just march to the beat of your own drum, and that's okay. That's okay to march to the beat of your own drum, and I do that with language. So I think it's funny, but I also think that like it's a cool opportunity. Like to me, like whenever I meet new friends, like it's just something I do, right? Like things like wooden sword in my hand here could be like ward, right? Or wooden pickaxe could be wickaxe, right? So I just like do that like naturally, and friends notice, right? And I have friends here doing like portmanteaus just all the time. So it's almost like an intellectual contagion if you think about it, which is probably not great. Uh, but I don't. They like it. They have fun with it, and that's what matters to me. I think if it's something that like brings people joy, then great. It's also something that you can do, right? So like just the mashing of words together. Like that doesn't have to be a unique to me thing. Like you have the power to do it. Shiny diamond, shimond, if you will. It's great. Look, it's right there. It's literally begging to be portmanteaued. So I do, and it's beautiful. Let's see if we can't snipe this guy. Yep. So yeah, that's kind of my main thoughts on portmanteaus and like the relevance that they have um, to me in my life. I talked a bit about the science behind it, right? I think it's just essentially it's like it subverts expectations. And then I talked a little bit about losing. I think that they have bearing on my life and they're fun, and so I do them. And to me, I definitely think it's a little bit more of a philosophy than a science. At least for me, it's one of the things that's kind of evolved out of. Really. So yeah, to kind of recap here, I like portmanteaus, and I hope you do too. I find them funny, and I find them a good way to kind of just like express. Uh oh. All right. I get the message. I understand. So I find them like a pretty good way of you're just kind of trying to keep these guys distracted here. Yeah, I find them to be a pretty good way of just expressing like my ability to march to the beat of my own drum. And I hope one day that you know if you start doing them, like you can find similar joy and happiness as I found from them. It's funny how something so simple could be like so powerful too. Like it's just it's me mixing words together, right? But it's something I've thoroughly enjoyed, and my friends have enjoyed enough to like request a video of, which is kind of funny to me. No, L. So yeah, sometimes it's just simple things, little things in life. Like no one's going to be writing books on like me or anyone else doing portmanteaus all the time. Like no one's going to be doing that. Um, but I hope one day they write books on like just the simple pleasures of life, right? And I to me it is one of life's simpler pleasures, but it's a good one nonetheless. There we are. So I hope you learned something. Portmanteaus, mashing words together. Really long video to explain that, but I like them. They're fun, and I hope you like them too. So until next time, I hope that you take care, and I'll see you around. So take care. Bye bye.